So Cognitiv chose deep learning for its ability to ingest vast amounts of data, find complex patterns in that data, and make accurate predictions. This means advertisers don't need to understand all of that data they have. The deep learning will understand it for them. For example, deep learning can evaluate user and context in unison, which other machine learning can't. So that means advertisers don't need to have a separate strategy for audiences, or they don't need to decide whether to target certain demographics, which is quite static. They can just provide all of their first-party data, and the deep learning algorithm will understand, well, what of that is important and what's important in that moment.
As advertisers shift focus from clicks to metrics like incrementality and customer lifetime value, how is Cognitiv helping brands reframe what success looks like in a performance-driven world?
Yeah, when we built Cognitiv, we built everything with custom in mind. We wanted to deliver a custom algorithm to every marketer using deep learning, which optimized to their desired KPI. And this means we love to optimize towards business metrics over proxy KPIs like click-through rate. One of them being incrementality, where we really excel at. And we've always taken a very scientific approach to this in having very strict testing control groups so we can understand, well, what's the conversion rate if we don't show ads? That means a deep learning algorithm for every ad opportunity is predicting, all right, what's the probability of conversion if we show an ad? And what's the probability of conversion if we don't show an ad? And if we're predicting this user is going to go and convert regardless of whether they see an ad, then we're not going to show them an ad. We want to make sure we're spending the marketer's money as efficiently as possible and driving true incremental lift.
Jana, a lot of ad tech promises optimization, but most platforms still can't actually adapt mid-campaign. What makes Cognitiv's real-time approach different, and what kind of impact does that have on performance?
Yeah, most of the industry today is still relying on stagnant audiences, or they're using historical data to make decisions in the now. However, what worked yesterday may not work today as people's behavior shifts. Deep learning is able to deliver advanced performance because it can evaluate all of that data in real time. There's a feedback loop. It's learning all the time. It understands, hey, I chose to serve this person an ad. Did they do that desired action that I wanted them to do? Yes, no. And then it's constantly reinforcing itself.
Jana, you gave so many insightful, forward-thinking thoughts. Going to ask for just one more. So looking ahead, what's one trend in performance marketing that you think people are underestimating? And why should they be paying closer attention?
So I think a lot of the industry is still underestimating context. And I'm not talking about context in terms of keywords or these static lists of contextual segments. I'm talking about considering context alongside the user. You really need technology that can evaluate both, because yes, you probably should serve an impression to this user, for example, but what message are you serving them based on their context? There's not one best message for everyone, or there's not one best creative for everyone. You know, what works in the morning might be different to what works in the evening. And what works for you might be very different to what works for me. But you really need technology that can evaluate all of that real-time information to not only determine, yes, I should serve this person an ad, but actually what message do I want to serve this person?